So I had another question.
Yeah, yeah.
So in speaking the term, using words and
Right,
all
right.
that. So how do you feel about our people using the N word?
Honestly, people go, oh, well, I wasn't raised like that, or I have a lot of black hemp in my and where I grew up or whatever. But I mean, you got a lot of homies that grew up in South Central or wherever, and they don't use it.
But
It's all on the person. I don't believe it
but then
in it.
a lot of them do too, right?
Right,
Because
right.
that's like where I see fools in South Central is the ones that use it the most.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's also fools that don't, of course.
Right. I always say don't use a word if you don't know the correct meaning of it or definition. You can't change it, just because of your feelings. Look at the whole thing that what happened with that dude. I'm not even gonna say the whole name, but that vato that calls him American fucking whatever.
American
That
Cholo.
yeah, that vato. He got all hurt at the term Chicano. When they called in and they asked me what the definition of a Chicano was, and I gave them the definition. They go,
Oh, and
well,
you said he wasn't a Chicano,
well,
right?
he's not. He's from Honduras. And the word Chicano comes from the Mexica
Yeah,
word, which
Mexicano,
is a is
Mexica,
is a bloodline. You can't just because
people of the land.
you watch Blood in Blood Out. Oh, I'm a Chicano. It's the way you live, and no, it's not the way you live and the way you think. That's all raza. You
I
know,
like the word raza. I think that one is the most encompassing for all of
yeah,
us.
it is. But this dude wants to, come up with the Cali Mac thing, the fucking supermarket, to have all everybody together. Now we're already together, homie.
Yeah, I agree. We're already together, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
think we need another term. Raza's good, but
Mm-hmm.
I respect that he's trying to add another, something. I understand. I mean, I think trying to be part of the bring everybody together, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's
But
cute.
but do you feel but do you feel
Facts.
like labeling people like Chicanos and Mexicans, Guatemalans, do you feel like that divides people? Because I notice a lot of times in our community, Mexicans go at it with Salvadorians just because they're Salvadorian. But even though we come from the same people,
Right.
do you feel like giving out those labels like Chicanos, Cali Mac, etc., kind of divide the gente?
Well, not if it's a true label. Like I don't think it's a label to call myself a Chicano or a Mexica. That's true origins of our bloodline.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna come up and make something up and just be ignorantly call somebody out of their name or their ethnicity, then that's kind of ignorant. And
Mm.
especially if you're trying to, you're gonna call yourself a leader or a spokesman of the person for the people. I don't. I mean, I go on a gang of platforms, homie, and I try to bring cultura and biology health are my two main things to help support my raza. But I never for once call myself a spokesperson for my people. You have your own mind, and you have your own mind. You're your own man, and I'm not gonna put you below me. No way,
Mm.
at all. You could do amazing things. You could accomplish amazing things. You're already doing it. There's no reason for me to say, hey, I'm gonna speak for you, Chale. I only speak for myself. And hey, you want to fucking go get on this roller coaster? Let's ride together, homie. Let's see how far we get. Let's do it.
Mm.
You know?
And I don't know if he's trying to be. I mean, I don't really need a representative, like you said. I think we all represent ourselves good, but I think his heart's in the right place. I don't believe in a lot of his beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
but in the end, I try to look at the. I
Yeah,
know, I'm a little too nice, but I'm just trying to fucking bring us all together. But I don't know if that's. Do you think we're ever gonna have kind of not some cheesy united front, but a place where we can migrate and move throughout California, Texas, the United States without having to worry about where we're from, who we are, the decisions we made when we were 10, 12 years old? Or do you think we will always be defined by the decisions we made at that age? Because
Nah.
I feel like sometimes I have to. I'm so for that the decisions I made. I stand on those
Yeah.
honorably, but I'm so much more than that now.
People ask me all the time, hey, what would you tell your younger self? You know, I don't think there's anything I can tell my younger self if I were to have a time machine and be like, hey, youngster, look at this is what's gonna happen to you. I think I would flip myself off. I'd be like, man, get the fuck out of here, homie. It's
Same
all
on.
about my barrio, whatever. You know,
Cheesy ass fool.
yeah,
Sounds good.
exactly,
Sounds good.
exactly. But I think if we start giving the younger homies something to look forward to and bringing cultura back into their life and showing them, hey, homie, this is where you come from. Like, you're special, dog. Like for real, you could do bigger and better things. Let me show you and lead by example instead of just talking, talking, talking. And actually spend time with the homie. Not be like, hey, there's a program over here you could join. Like, nah, I'm gonna pick you up on Friday, homie. I'm gonna take you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the food community. I want you to introduce you to these homies. Instead of asking like, "Hey, where are those vatos from?" Like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, chale, like there are people still.
Yeah, it's one of the big frustrations I have.
Mm-hmm.
trying to do things is just all the different things that people are going through, and it's just like, man, bro,
Mm-hmm.
it's just community. It just shows you how powerful a conversation is.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you can do all this murder rap music, but to have a conversation, but to have a conversation, that's out of the question.
That's
You know?
another thing, homie. People talk about, the whole Chicano rap movement, or how come we don't ever get or how come we're not up there, or how come, whatever. It's because we're too busy asking where the vato's from instead of, if he raps good, hey, homie, let's make some music together, let's blow up. Why you gotta ask all that shit?
So is Chicano rap dead?
I mean, not dead, but you got little spurts of, a homie's good, and then another homie that's trying to make us downgrading him, like, oh, that fool ain't shit, or that fool can't rap for shit, or he's rapping on a pre-owned beat already. Like, man, at least he's trying to do his thing,
Yeah, right.
help him out, give him some constructive criticism instead of putting him down.
That's what I was saying. I mean, we had this whole thing with the Frijolero thing
Mm-hmm.
and with CNG, and the whole thing was just like, why can't we have constructive criticisms,
Mm-hmm.
even it is what it is. It brought awareness to your project. It got onto all this. Like in the end, a conversation about that isn't crazy, and we don't got to lose lives over these conversations. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think that's the power of podcasting.
Yeah.